Hi everyone, this is going to be episode 3 of the Narnia Life series. In this episode I am going to talk about the cast and basically what we know about the cast so far and who I would want to portray the main characters in the Silverchair film. So basically what I mean by the cast: Will Poulter. Let's talk about him for a while. I'm a big fan of his. I loved him as Eustace in The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I thought he was a perfect choice for Eustace, really. There is going to be complications getting him back if they do decide to get him back. The reason being is since Dawn Treader he's made a bit of a name for himself. He's won awards, he's starred in Where the Millers, and he's been in other films as well. But the most recent film I've seen him in is The Maze Runner, which is another series of books that's being portrayed onto the big screen. In The Maze Runner he played the role of Gally, and he was the main antagonist, or what fans could call the main antagonist in the first film and the book as well. Obviously they recently released the sequel, The Maze Runner: The Scorch Trials. Gally does not appear, so Will Poulter wasn't a part of the film because his character Gally does not appear in the Scottish Trials. However, this is where the complication starts, because Will Poulter's character Gally does appear in The Death Cure, which is the third book in the Maze Runner series. We do know that The Maze Runner is coming out in 2017, or it's set to be released in 2017. We don't know as of yet if Will Poulter is going to be part of the Death Cure. We don't know. But I do know his character does appear. Gally does appear in the Death Cure book, so it's possible they might try and get Will Poulter back for the Death Cure film. That's yet to be announced because we're getting very little news on the Death Cure right now. But yeah, so complications, if they do make the Silver Chair, will Poulter be able to portray Eustace again, or will they have to get a completely brand new actor? A lot of people are saying that Will Poulter's too old to play Eustace. I don't think he's too old at all. He's in his early 20s, he's a couple of years older than I am. I don't think he's too old to play the role of Eustace again. I just really don't want them to recast him. I want Will Poulter to come back. A lot of people are saying get someone else, but I'm like one of them fans who want Will Poulter to come back. But with him being quite big now, and potentially he could be in the Death Cure film, we don't know what's going to happen there. Another member of the cast is Tilda Swinton. Now, I mentioned in my previous video, Tilda Swinton has said she wants to appear in a Narnia prequel. Her character, the White Witch Jadis, she appears in Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe, which Tilda Swinton portrayed in the first film. She was also in the second film as the White Witch's ghost, and she was also in the third film as part of the Dark Island stuff. But in the books, the White Witch only appears in Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe and The Magician's Nephew. If they made Magician's Nephew, I'd be all up for Tilda Swinton coming back. I'd be all up for her coming back. The one thing I do not want, because it's a running theme with the Narnia films, I do not want them to cast Tilda Swinton as Lady of the Green Kirtle. I do not want that to happen. I'm against that. I want them to get someone new. I just don't want them to, I don't really want to jinx it, because it's a bit of a running the gag with Narnia fans. But please, if anyone from the working on the Silverchair film, do not put Tilda Swinton in this film. Just no. Period. Just no. I'm going a bit overboard now. Fans are worried that, especially G. Puddle, he's worried that they might come up with silly ideas that the Lady of the Green Kirtle and the White Witch are sisters, which would be terrible if they did that. So no, as fans, we do not want this. So yeah, I'm against Tilda Swinton being in. Nothing against Tilda Swinton. I think she's an amazing actress, but I just do not want her in the Silverchair film. I want them to get someone completely new to play the Lady of the Green Kirtle. Right. So basically, that's really all the cast. Obviously, I can also mention Liam Neeson. He does the voice of Aslan in the first 3 films. I would like them to get Liam Neeson back. Really, I think Liam Neeson is just one of them people that I wouldn't really be fussed if they recast him. I'd like them to stick with him, but again, obviously he's a very big actor, and we know the Silverchair possibly might be a low budget film. So would they be able to get him back? We don't know. So my dream cast. So I'm just going to go over my dream cast of who I want specifically to play the characters. So Eustace. I definitely want Will Poulter to come back. But like I said, there is issues with the Maze Runner books, with him being in them. We don't know if he's going to be in the Death Cure film, like I've mentioned previous. So we'll have to wait and see. But I do want Eustace to. I do want Will Poulter to come back as Eustace. Jill Paul. I've got a number of actresses that I would like to play the role. Preferably, I'd like an actress of a similar age to Will Poulter. So an actress probably in her early 20s, no older than 25. I've got a couple of actresses that I would like to play Jill. Shisha Ronan, if I pronounced that right. I think she'd be incredible as Jill. I've seen her in a number of films. I'm a big fan of hers, and I think she'd pretty much nail the role. Abigail Breslin is another option that I'm considering. Emily Browning and Decanter Blue Richards. Like one of them 4 I'd be happy with. But I think that they might just get someone new. I think that they might do auditions for Jill. So again, we'll have to wait and see. So Aslan, I would preferably want Liam Neeson to come back, but if they ended up recasting him and getting someone else, it wouldn't particularly bother me. Ben Barnes as Caspian. Ben Barnes appeared. There was a lot of speculation, not speculation, but there were a lot of reactions when Ben Barnes were casting Prince Caspian. A lot of people were saying he was too old. But I liked Ben Barnes. I'm a big fan of Ben Barnes. I saw him in Prince Caspian. He reprised his role in Dawn Treader, but he had to grow a beard for the role. In Silverchair, his character Caspian does appear, but I don't know how they're going to do it. His character in the Silverchair is an old man on his deathbed. They could potentially get Ben Barnes back and just put loads of makeup and make him look really, really old. They could do that. It is possible. They could just, but I would want, especially in one scene, I'm not going to go into much spoilers here, but in one scene I would want Ben Barnes to come back as Caspian. Just because I'm a big fan of Ben Barnes, really. The Lady of the Green Kirtle. I haven't really got any set actress there. I do not want Tilda Swinton back at all. But yeah, I haven't really got any set actress for her yet. I haven't really thought of anybody who could play her. I was originally thinking, I can't remember her name, but she plays, is it Cressida in The Hunger Games Mockingjay? And she's also in Game of Thrones, and I think she's been in The Tudors as well. Comment below if you know her name. I can't remember her name for the life of me. But yeah, maybe her. I haven't really thought about it, to be quite honest. That's the one character I haven't really thought about. Puddleglum. I'd love them to get Johnny Depp, but I don't think they will somehow. Other possibilities that I would consider would be Alan Rickman, who's best known for playing Professor Snape in the Harry Potter films. I'd also consider either Matt Smith or David Tennant as well, but I can't see him getting any of them. The Owls, I can't again, I'm not particularly bothered about them. They'll probably just get voice actors, for them I haven't really got anyone set in mind. And Prince Rillian. I'd love them to get Colin Morgan as Prince Rillian. Or the guy who plays, I know his name's Bradley, but I can't remember his name. The guy who plays Arthur in the Merlin. He stars alongside Colin Morgan in Merlin, which used to be on BBC One. One of them two I can see as Rillian. Maybe Cameron Bright as well, but again, I'm just sort of picking like actors that I like. And another option is maybe Nicholas Hoult as Rillian. A lot of you might disagree, but this is just my dream cast of who I would want to see in the film. I think that's about it. I don't think there's any... I mean, obviously the Earthmen, I won't really be too fussed who plays them. Peter Dinklage as Trumpkin. I do want them to get Peter Dinklage back. I almost forgot about him then. Yeah, I do want Peter Dinklage back as Trumpkin. And who else is there? I think that's about it. I just don't want to miss anyone out. The bullies at the start of the book. Again, I won't really be fussed as to who plays them. I think that's about it. I think I might have missed somebody, but I think, that's pretty much the main characters at least. I might have missed some characters. The Gentle Giants, again, I won't be fussed who plays them, but I think that's about it really. There's no other characters that I missed, I don't think. Well, I hope not. So yeah, that's just basically my dream cast of who I would like to star in the Silver Chair film. Let me know what you all think. Comment below and tell me who you'd like to see portray your favourite characters in the Silver Chair film. Hopefully, eventually, we'll get casting news or at least something to do with the cast, at least. So we'll all have to wait and see. But for now, all we can do is speculate.